Hi everyone, thanks so much for checking out the blog again today. Today what I'd like to play for you is some music that is actually very closely related to my novel. It was actually music that became part of the story of my novel. So last week my publisher told me that the advance review copies of my book are on their way, so hopefully within the next few days I will get to see To Love a Stranger in the paper, which will be very exciting. So I wanted to kind of celebrate that by playing this music for you today. So what I'd like to play is two movements of a piece by Maurice Ravel. Ravel is, of course, French composer, and he's one of the great composers of the Impressionist period, which is late 19th century, early 20th century. And this piece is called Ma Mère Loi, which translates as The Mother Goose Suite. And what this is a collection actually of 5 short pieces, and they were originally written for piano 4 hands, and Ravel actually wrote them for a pair of young girls, a pair of sisters. And what he did was each of the 5 movements in this collection, he took the inspiration for it from a fairy tale. So he was kind of translating fairy tales into music. And I just love the immediacy of that verbal storytelling, musical storytelling connection in these pieces. So as far as the connection with my novel, when I decided, so both of my main characters are pianists, and I had the idea of having them start playing duets together as a way of kind of starting to know each other and connecting with each other as musicians. And the first duet that came to mind was Ravel's Ma Mère Loi, because I played it when I was in junior high school. I played it with my best friend, and it was just such a wonderful experience that was the first duet that kind of came to mind when I needed to think of one. So that was how I got into including that in the story, and then what ended up happening was that one of the movements, actually the 4th movement, became very significant to my 2 main characters, and really became very much part of the storyline of the book. So today I'd like to play actually the first 2 movements, so I won't be going to that 4th movement, but I'd like to play the first 2 movements for you. Since this was a piano 4 hands piece originally, what I'm playing is a reduction, an arrangement for just solo piano, and it's not quite the same as the 4 hands, but you will get a sense of the piece and what it's like. The first 2 movements, the first one is called Sleeping Beauty's Pavane. So what Ravel is imagining here is Sleeping Beauty waiting for her prince to come and set her free of the enchantment. The first movement is quite short, but it has a beautiful dreamlike quality, a kind of surreal quality to it, which is, of course, totally appropriate to the story that he's telling. The second movement is called Tom Thumb. And what we have here is a character who is lost in the woods. He is wandering around looking for a path. And so what you'll hear in the music is this kind of wandering, uncertain quality. And you'll also hear towards the end, up in the piano's upper register, you'll hear this sound, and also this one. And the idea here is that Ravel is imitating the sounds of the bird calls that Tom Thumb hears as he's wandering around looking for his path through the woods. So we have some kind of tone painting there. So thank you again for checking out the blog today, and now I'd like to play for you the first 2 movements of Maurice Ravel's Mother Goose Suite.